My impressions of Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference 2016. Hi, I'm Aaron Jones and welcome to another one of my vlogs coming to you from Nihamai in Japan. And today I wanted to give my impression of the keynote speech at the Worldwide Developers Conference for 2016. And there were a lot of things that happened, and there's a lot of more in-depth reviews. We're going to talk about my impression of things that will affect me and how I use my Apple products and things I'm looking forward to coming out after the announcement last week. Now, first, of course, I'm very happy with what's coming out with the Apple Watch update with Watch OS 3. Now, I think this is how Apple Watch should have shipped originally, but I'm very happy they fixed the problems with some of the apps running slowly. Now, I did find for myself that some of the apps that I use did speed up once Watch OS 2 and they have native apps, but this kind of new introducing of redoing the software so that the apps refresh instantly and that they're running in the background, and the apps that you use regularly will be updated in the background so that when you open them up, they open instantly. Now, I'm very happy with this because when I use programs like Todoist on my Apple Watch, to have it instantly ready to go, and some of my news apps that I use, I'll be very, very, very happy. And so that was something that I saw really useful. And I also like the dock system, using this little button here rather than just kind of, now it has, you know, contacts, but I don't often start a conversation from my Apple Watch. I will reply to one from here, but I don't often start a conversation from my Apple Watch. So having that as the dock, it's opening it up like on the Apple phone, you press the button, here comes your apps, you can go through. I like that. And then the apps themselves will become glances, the ones that you use regularly. So the glances feature, I guess, is gone because the apps that you put in your dock will be updated and give you that information instantly. So I'm really, really, really happy about that. There were some new updates to the health things coming up for, like, you know, standing up. They're going to add a thing for wheelchair users, people who are in wheelchairs, to get benefit from the Apple Watch. I think that is very good. And a new breathing app. Now, I've never really tried a lot of deep breathing, but when it comes to the Apple Watch, I will probably give it a try and see how it goes. And the one thing I was disappointed, there was no third-party watch faces. There's a few new watch faces coming out, but I would have liked to see third parties that could make their own watch faces. So, but who knows, maybe next year. But we don't know what's going to be announced. If they announce the Apple Watch 2, maybe in that presentation they will have secretly added that feature in. But that was the Developers Conference, so if they were to add it, I think they would have done it this year already. But who knows, maybe next year we'll see that feature coming. Next was Mac OS, and well, OS X changed to Mac OS, and the new version is Sierra. Now, it wasn't a big update, a lot of things with Siri, some touches here and there. Now, and a big thing with continuity with connecting your iPhone, iOS devices, and Apple Watch to your computer. One of the things I do like is the instant unlock feature using your Apple Watch, so that when you're in proximity of your computer, it will unlock it for you without having to type your password in. And as well as the cut and paste feature they explained. So if you are using your iPhone and you copy some text and then you go to your Mac, you can paste that text from that you just copied on your iPhone, you can paste it on your Mac. Now, there was a few times where I wish I had this feature before, and I'm really happy to see it's coming. One thing I am disappointed with is that my MacBook Pro is a 2009 MacBook Pro, and from everything I've seen so far, it will not be getting this update of macOS Sierra. Who knows, maybe it will change. Mine is now running El Capitan, but maybe because it doesn't have the proper Bluetooth, so none of these continuity things will work. So that's why maybe they will not update that version of the MacBook Pro. So maybe I'm going to have to work on things and get my big boss to allow me to buy a new Mac coming up, because 2009, it's a little bit old, but it runs great. It's the best computer I ever bought. So maybe I'll have to upgrade. If she doesn't allow me, go ahead and check out my Patreon down below and see. Maybe that will help. Haha, wink, wink, wink. Next was iOS 10. There was a lot of things that were presented here. A lot of about the iMessage. Now I do use iMessage, but I don't use a lot of features. And when I'm doing chat, I do use Facebook messages a lot. But I'm not, being I guess 41-year-old male, I don't use a lot of stickers, and I do use some emoji because emoji comes from Japan. That's why it's called emoji, or at least it's got popular in Japan. So I do use those a lot. But there was a lot of features in there that I don't really care about. But I guess they're trying to compete with things like Snapchat and other chat messaging. In Japan here, Line is very big, and you can do all kinds of things like that on there. So I guess they're trying to attract a market and keep people coming to the iPhone because you don't need a third-party app. We have this one for you already built into the system. So that was it. And there was pretty much what I enjoyed here. There was a lot of things on the lock screen where you can interact with your notifications and stuff without unlocking the phone. But I'd rather just unlock the phone and use the application inside. But I have to try it out when it comes out. I have an iPhone 5S. I am looking forward to upgrade my iPhone to the next version when it comes out. I'm guessing in September because it'll be time for me to upgrade. And so I'm looking forward to those features and whatever new is added to the new hardware that will probably be announced sometime in September. And the next thing was tvOS. Now I love Apple TV. I bought the 4th generation Apple TV. I had the second generation for a long time, and they added some stuff with Siri. However, as I mentioned before, if you have Siri and you have the Apple TV set to region Japan, because that's where I live in Japan, and because I'm using it mostly to watch English content that I can't get on regular TV in Japan, set to English, Siri does not work. Now if I set the Apple TV to region Japan, in language Japan, and speak Japanese, Siri does work. But I would like it to work like on my iPhone, where the region is set to Japan, and if I speak in English, it will work for Siri. Now, this might be a problem because of the programming. For example, things like Hulu and everything, the program names are in Japanese. So that might be the reason why it doesn't work. But I'm hoping with this upgrade that maybe it will allow that to work. I would really like it. My iPhone works perfectly. My Siri on my iPhone works perfectly. The Siri on my Apple Watch works perfectly, set to region Japan with language in English. But the Apple TV just doesn't work like that. They are adding a dark mode, which I like, and I will be turning that on immediately as the update comes out. There were a few more things mentioned. They redesigned Apple Music. I don't use Apple Music that much. I do use iTunes in the cloud to store all my own personal music up on iTunes, but I don't have an Apple Music subscription, just Apple iTunes in the cloud to store my own collection into iTunes to get my music from anywhere in any devices to save space on my hard drive. There's the new news. They redesigned the news app, which is not available in Japan, so I don't really care about it. So there's a lot of neat features. Also with the Mac OS, they have a neat thing with Apple Pay, where you can pay for something in Safari. You click Apple Pay, and then you have to authorize it with your iPhone by pressing the thumbprint thing. However, Apple Pay is not available in Japan, so I don't really care about this. Doesn't really affect me. But with all these things, I'm really excited about the Apple Watch update because I do use Apple Watch a lot. I use it every day. It has become a part of my daily life using Siri. And if they're going to really speed this up, I'm really happy that the apps will be faster. And which, like I said, should have already shipped that way from the very beginning. Anyways, I'm very happy about that. And Mac OS Sierra looks really cool for some of the other features, but maybe not coming to my computer because it's too old. Anyways, I've rambled about this as much as possible, as much as I can. What were your impressions? What things do you like at the Worldwide Developers Conference 2016 keynote? What features did you like? Go ahead and let me know down in the comments below. Also tell me what you didn't like. Let me know down below as well. And that's all for today. And until next time, I'll see you then. Goodbye.